bails out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Incomplete.
More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game, because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll go for it with Edmonds. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Tackle made.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run, because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Nine-yard line, 2nd and 6. Derrick Henry. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Giants able to get this back within a touchdown.
It is good.
And he's got it up and through.
Texans 14, Giants 7.
After the touchdown, wants to kick it off. Taken about 7 yards deep.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November, but they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Houston.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jones flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. On 1st down, Carson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Throwing Jones to Michelle on the screen. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Operating from the gun, Jones. That's out to his running back, Michelle. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Jones throwing on 4th down. Able to find Walter. That's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. Now a 1st down carry. It's Michelle. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Jones out to the flat, and that's caught. He's got the 1st down inside the 10. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally. That's how you draw up the run-pass option right there. You get a chunk play out of it.
And you know quarterbacks love to throw the RPOs because oftentimes they're in-breaking routes, but receivers love it even more. The ball gets to them quickly, allows them to put some moves on in the secondary.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, 14-7. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans.
Touchdown.
Sony Michel, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans will extend their lead. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that, and it wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails, because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
11 yards there, first down. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Trying to drop one in, but it's incomplete. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. The Giants go on 4th but come up empty. And this Texans defense stands tall. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. They run it with Carson. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here.
Ball carrier. The tackle made at the 44-yard line. A 2-yard gain on the play.
So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he returns this to the 22.
Jay Johnson on the return. The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. He's letting it fly for Cooks. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Houston.
Jones pass.
Brandon Cooks. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And their halftime hold now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the 2nd half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. He'll drop to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
He was
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 2.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Jones. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. DeForest Buckner drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that?
The Giants take
They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they begin this drive in very precarious field position inside their own 5.
And remember, this is a defense that's already...
Derrick Henry all alone. He's at the 40, past the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Derrick Henry, 97 yards. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead.
His kick.
Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. This is Carson. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Jones now on 1st and 10. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
5 brings up 2nd and 5.
A quick throw complete to Washington. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, Jones. That's caught by Waller out left side. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down. Continuing to steadily move the ball down the field. Not big play after big play, but these moderate gains getting them 1st downs.
And you know what they add up to, right? If you continue that pace and you continue to move it downfield, they add up into 6 points. That's exactly what you're looking for.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
The 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Carl Lawson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Enough to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 38-yard line. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Carson. Trayvon Diggs getting the tackle. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. Touchdown, Houston. Darren Waller. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans push further out in front.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
5-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender. From there, he doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will bump the lead up to 26. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
Deep in there, right? That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
That's the end of the 3rd.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
42.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now throwing on first down and completing it. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
44-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Pass incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. slings this deep from McLaurin. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin. And that takes us from second to third down.
Brings up a third down and 10 yards to go.
They'll look to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up fourth down.
Sets up.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes.
And now here is another interception.
The pass.
Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, Brandon Pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bifema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. The Texans on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 6. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This has been frustrating for them to this point. They have not looked the same as they did coming in, riding that impressive 6-game win streak. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Incomplete.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. They set up the screen for Henry. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he's not able to get it. Away. He is stopped well short of a 1st down.
The result of the play is a turnover on downs.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Carson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They run again with Carson. The 2nd down play, not much better than the 1st. Just a gain of 1 there.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will push the lead up from 26, and it grows up to 29.
16.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Intended for Derrick Henry.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Now left side on the swing pass. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. That last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Slings this deep for McLaurin. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Terry McLaurin, 84 yards. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time, as they have dominated the proceedings here into this 4th quarter. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
The 20-yard line.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. On 2nd and 9, Jones, and it's complete. He gets this one to Washington, and he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And this time not as successful, as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
And it's 3rd down. Today's final score, Texans.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.